Welcome to Corporate Cafecito,
a Latin and business podcast where we share insights and strategies to help entrepreneurs and professionals thrive.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Cafecito. Yo soy Nayeli Suarez Gas, and joining me again is Michelle, and we're gonna flip the script. She wants to flip the script, so I'm a little uncomfortable, but also very open to it. So go ahead, Michelle.
Thank you for letting me interview you on your show, because we did just meet recently, and it's a great way to get to know you and ask some questions you maybe haven't been asked before. But something you told me about in one of our first conversations was about this group of women that come together and meet every Saturday, once a month, Las Primas.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So a couple years ago, I was really just like not starved for connection, but I was looking for connecting with more Latinas. And I wanted it to be in a very like organic way. I didn't want, there's a lot of, when you're an entrepreneur, you go to a lot of like networking events. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I don't want to go somewhere where like I'm going to be like pitching my services or someone's going to be pitching me on their services. I was like, I don't want to do that. I want a group of women that get together solely for company. I come from a very big family. On my dad's side, we're like 60 plus cousins. And so I always grew up having this community around me that I could run to, go ask questions to. And so I wanted this group to be like the kind of people that like have your back, that'll show up for you, but are also going to tell you the truth. Like, no, you can't do that, or no, you shouldn't do that, or that guy's bad for you, or whatever. Yes. But as you get older, sometimes it's kind of a little weird to make new friends. And so I actually put the invite on Facebook, and that's how people started coming in. One of my friends who actually is like a distant prima, she started it with me too. She's like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And it was really interesting. It's been really fun. We're really like low maintenance, like come whenever you can. Just you have to go to one event a year. And if you figure we have about 20 events a year. But it's just about like having community, having this group that you could come in and talk to about anything, right? Because we didn't grow up talking about menopause. Mm-hmm. We didn't grow up talking about like what happens when you get sick. What happens when this happens? How do you take care of your aging parents? Because it wasn't something you talked about. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if we're going to change this and not give this generational trauma another cycle, then we need to find the way to do it together.
Yeah, to learn together. The community, that's beautiful. Learning, sometimes just witnessing other people live a version of their life is all you need to know you can do it, or to see how they do it.
100%.
Yes, that's beautiful. And then another thing that I think might be important to your life is maybe music, or at least that's how we met at a music venue, kind of, screaming these lyrics that we were feeling in our soul in the crowd.
You know what? That was such a beautiful night. And I was, I told you I was there to like shut down a business. Mm-hmm. And I think that day I had gone in there like, oh, it'll be, fun to be there. But then I also had that in like the back of my mind. And just walking in and seeing like all these women like yelling out the lyrics to Alanis Morissette and just having a couple cocktails, and then I ran into some people that I've known forever, and I've never seen them in a very casual setting. So that was really fun. And then, you were just like dancing, and I was just like, oh my God, this is exactly what my heart needed. I do love live music. I love live music. I have my whole life. And I feel like, I probably, if I want to repeat that feeling, I probably should go out more. But I'm at that stage where I'm also like, oh, I don't want to go out, Yeah. And so it was just, to me, that was just a really cool experience. And I had gone to a concert in LA, the Besame Mucho festival. I went the first and second year, and then they canceled it. But the first year, there were 100,000 people who showed up. And it was, to me, like, it like restored my faith in like humanity. It was like right after the pandemic, and people like there were like no fights, there were no nothing. Like people were messaging in the Facebook group saying like, "Hey, if anyone sees this woman, like tell her thank you because she held my hand and pulled me all the way to the front." And it just felt very warm. And I think when you go to like a concert or you're in a venue like that, like people go there because they want to have fun and they want
Mm.
to like relax and enjoy music and with other people who enjoy the same. So
Yeah.
that's what I like about concerts.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the music I've heard of the way people's energy and the way they move around in the world can almost be like a song, and even like a
Yes.
conversation can feel like a slow song when it's flowy, or like it can feel really intense when it's intense, and that's yeah, the concert and live music is
Yeah.
unlike anything else. Yeah, the energy exchange. So you seem like someone who can fit in almost anywhere, or at least be comfortable, or find a connection anywhere, in any size of crowd, in any kind of venue. Is that something that's always come naturally to you? Did you like more extroverted? Like how do you kind of move through in all these different areas?
You know what? I actually struggled with this a lot, and
Mm,
I'll tell you why. Because it's kind of like the inverted. I connect with people. I think that we are connected to so many. Like we have connections with so many people, right? And if you think about like Maslow's hierarchy, right?
mm-hmm.
It's like food, shelter, and then it's belonging. It's how we connect to each other. It's how we have and build community. Um, I was always jealous of people who were like best friends with the same group of people since like fifth grade
Mm,
and like kind of grew up together because I didn't have that. I will tell you, it was probably in the last like 10 years that I realized by not having that, I belonged to everyone. And
mm,
so like like that changed my perspective of like I fit in everywhere. And maybe you don't have to have the depth of relationships with everyone, but you have the people that you can call on. Um, there is this one quote, and I live by it. I say it all the time, but it was a general who served under Obama, and he said, "You're gonna fall, and it's gonna hurt.
mm.
The people who you count on, will help you get back up, but the people who count on you need you on your feet." And I think about that all the time because as a business owner, as a job provider, like I have people who count on me. I have my children, I have my parents. But I realize that the people who will help me get back up are sometimes new people who have come into my life. Sometimes it's people who've been here my whole life. So I think that if you're able to belong to many,
Yeah.
it's a really amazing feeling. And I when I meet people, I trust right away. I love right away. Sure, it may sometimes not work out the best way, but I don't change how I approach friendships.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's how I felt too. I felt immediately received and welcome, and yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. I think I feel from a military. I was raised as a military child, moving around a lot, so that I resonate with that. Of oh, I never had this group of friends that I've carried all around with me, um, but you're right. I'll always when I need it, someone's there,
Yeah, you
and
can always find your people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think it also opens you to meet new people.
Yes, which I think is so underrated. I
Hmm.
agree. I think
Yeah.
so. Tell me about maybe if it doesn't even need to be recent, but a new person you met or a new connection that really stuck with you, or that maybe sparked something that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Ah, okay. Let me think. 'Cause I meet so many people.
I know. The first one that
Um,
comes to mind.
like, um, you know what? I'm not gonna say names,
Okay. Okay.
but I'm gonna tell you something about my company.
Mhm.
So I do like strategic business consulting. I do professional development, training, and coaching. I've never advertised my company. I've never had to because everyone who has been part of my life or in my network, they're the ones who use me.
Mm.
And I think it's really beautiful to know that some of my current contracts are from people that I didn't talk to for like 14 years. And when they needed me, they remembered what I did.
Mm.
And I also feel like I remember what people did. And you know that saying that Maya Angelou, or I don't know who said it, who was like, they'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Like I
Mhm.
remember how people made me feel.
Yeah.
And so I feel that the community that I am part of is one that is like mutually supportive without needing the everyday hand holding.
Yeah, yeah. They remember how you made them feel, and I love the that's such good wisdom that the time and the space in between when you may be connected with someone, and then how long and why they stay in your lives. You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah,
You
and you
don't
know,
know.
I fell and broke my leg in
Mm.
2019. And so one of my girlfriends showed up at my house and she said, I haven't talked to you in forever, but I saw you broke your leg. And I just wanted to stop in and say, I'm sorry I haven't been a good friend. And I'm like, I haven't needed you these past couple years. Like, if you've needed me, like, I would hope you have reached out. I thought you were doing good too. And
Hmm.
I'm like, but look, the day I'm not doing good, you show up. So that's,
Yeah,
yeah, you're a
she was
great
there.
friend.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. The world provides. So, okay, switching topics a little bit too. So you've worked in the corporate world. You're very familiar with that.
Mhm.
What's something you would want to change about how corporate life and work is today?
Oh, I feel that corporate life today, I would this I would say coworkers
Mm-hmm.
is what I would change. I would if I was a leader inside an organization right now, I would try to form bonds between my team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've lost a lot of that in terms of like I want to be accountable for you and you're going to be accountable to me and we're going to help each other. Even like your work husband and work wife, the people who you could call when you feel stupid.
Mm.
And maybe you don't feel that now because you feel like you can't tell someone I feel stupid. You had that when you had coworkers that you could walk over to and be like, I don't know how to do this. Like half my education in Excel came from asking someone like, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
Or seeing other people. And I think we're losing that ability to see other people perform their job duties so we could learn from each other. I would bring my team together more to do more team bonding.
Yeah.
And I feel that maybe some people are now so comfortable in their homes that they don't even want to participate.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
so we have all these individual contributors and then it doesn't feel like a team. And I romanticize, but like I love my teams and I love being part of a team. And the leaders that I worked for, I still keep in touch with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The personal touch, the vulnerability, the skill sharing, the
Yeah.
learning, like where yeah, you don't just have to be good at your job. You can actually get better at everything because your
Yeah, like
team kind of lifts you up.
do people even get some of these Seinfeld references like of the cake in the office? Like there was always cake. Like you'd wait for someone
Yeah.
to finish the breakfast and then we'd be like, "Oh, we're having bagels and fruit today." Like
I know, I know, I know. The break room, the like
yeah.
the awkwardness of like overhearing your coworker on the phone or running into the bathroom and seeing the same person 3 times in a
Yeah.
row.
I
Or,
remember when my water broke, I was in
mm,
the office and I called my doctor and she was like, just start driving to the hospital, I'll let them know you're coming. And the guy who had the office next to me was like, he came into my office, he's like, are you okay? Do we need to help you? Do we need? And I was just like, oh my, all I could think of was like, oh my God, can you hear all my conversations? Because I've talked about you in my office before.
yes,
So that's
yes,
what I was
yes,
thinking as I was
yes.
leaving.
Yes, I know the paper thin walls.
I
I know,
know.
and the cafeteria and the
Yeah.
lunchtime. Like it's not any less awkward than it was in school. I
Yeah.
feel like eating lunch with your coworkers and
Ah,
finding that spot. Yeah. So tell me, maybe a little bit about your childhood and if there's something that you sparked as a child, some joy or some lesson you learned that you still that carries through to today.
um, okay. Take people up on their offers.
Mm.
That's what I will tell you. I learned growing up. So when I broke or I had toe surgery, and my doctor, Dr. John F. Kane, and he had JFK all over his office. I told him I wanted to be a newscaster, an anchor woman, and he was like, "My father-in-law works at NBC. I could get you a tour." And I was like, "Yeah, I would love that." And I went, and this man spent about like 2 hours with my dad and me and just walked us around and introduced us to all the anchor people. And like, it was phenomenal. And I think that oftentimes we think, I don't want to impose or I don't want to like bother anybody. But I feel that we genuinely, as a community, like to help each other. And oftentimes we don't accept help or we don't take an opportunity because we don't want to burden the other person. But if someone's offering you something, assume they're offering it to you because they want to give it to you. And so I think if you can view life in that way, you'll have a very positive experience.
Yeah, yeah. I think I love that, and when I met you and we talked about what we could work on together, I was like, yes, like this is too good to be true. Like, yeah, yes, I want to, and trusting that the other person is making the offer
From a
from
very genuine, yeah.
yeah. And if they're even the worst case scenario, they're not. You'll find out, and it's no loss. You didn't lose anything you didn't have before.
Exactly,
So,
100%.
oh, that's a
Yeah.
great lesson. That's a great lesson. Any closing thoughts on kind of what brought you on this couch today and how you arrived here and
So I believe that it's our responsibility. Oh, that's you.
like that must be my mom. Hold on, she's going on. Hey, everything okay? Okay, I'll call you back. All right, bye. I have one emergency. Sorry.
All right, closing thoughts. I would say, you said like about this podcast, what got me to this couch. First, what got me to this couch was like 4 years of figuring out where we're going to record, figuring out our office and our situation, and getting things set up like this, which, Reina is amazing and she researches what microphones to have and what. So I think when I look back at this journey, it is a bunch of people that helped get to this spot. Mike Mitchell, who does all of our audio and video engineering. So the purpose of this couch is to highlight Latinos and our community and Latinas. I never know how to say, like, I say Latinas a lot, but highlight what we've accomplished so that we're not shy about accomplishing things, to, put us on a pedestal and to be like, look, si se puede, right? And we also say like, si se puede, porque si se pudo. And if someone did it, then it can be done again. So I just wanted to create a stage, a platform to talk about who we are as a community, as a culture, from like Brazil to Canada to Spain to like Japan. We have people listening all over the world. And to me, I'm like, if people are listening in so many cities and so many countries, it's because they find a piece of themselves in this podcast. And my favorite drink is Cafecito. So I get to like meet really amazing people like yourself and just have coffee with them, which to me is like such a nice invitation, and to share our journeys and our experience and advice. And if that can change one person's perspective, then we did our job.
Yes. Yeah, you are a community builder and a connector, and I think you see how people interact in a way that others don't, and it's beautiful. And I'm so glad that you yeah, this platform is beautiful. And okay, well then let's end our conversation there. Thank you for letting me take over the hostess session. You were a great interviewee.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
All right, nos vemos la próxima vez.
Bye.